it is time to make the sound to summon the stream. Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Coel Quickcard, and welcome back to the Community RPG Maker Project. That is a little loud. There we go. Okay. If you are new here, for more than a year, I have been designing an RPG and RPG Maker MZ while trying to utilize as many ideas and suggestions from watchers as I possibly can. It has certainly created an interesting experience overall, and it's definitely something. If you have any interest in participating with the project, you are more than welcome to. All you have to do is share your ideas, and there are a number of ways that you can do that. You can catch the live streams every Sunday morning and chat there. You can leave comments on the older live streams anywhere. I will see all of those. Or if you would like, you can join the channel Discord. There's a link down in the description for that. And there's always the option to discuss and share things about the project there. Last week, we started working on coming up with how we are actually going to route the Pepsi... on how we are actually going to route the Pepsi factory, and did a lot of work on the exterior portions of the Pepsi factory, which I think actually came out like really good overall. So I did not get any of this between stream stuff done. It has been an absolutely insane week. That's okay though, because not a single bit of this is actually relevant to what we are going to be working on today. There's no way you can read that. There you go. That should... Yes, that should be readable on stream now. Move that over here so that the chat window doesn't cover it up. Today we have a few very specific things that we are going to work on. First, I need to add an out-of-place merchant to the factory rest area. I need to do a little bit of dialogue in the rest area where the cat just sort of explains how we are going to work our way through the Pepsi factory. The next thing we are going to do is design the room where we are going to have a special event. Looks like this is the sole additive room in the Pepsi production process. So we're going to design the room for that. We are going to design a special boss fight. Well, not really a boss fight, but a special fight where we once again have the character Quartos, the Space Marine, who is going to be fighting a bunch of Skaven. And this time, Quartus has a drone, because that was requested. More work on the factory exterior bit, and we're also going to design a special move for the character Katasby called Knockoff, which does extra damage against constructs. So we got a lot of stuff to do today. let's get right on into it. First thing we need is that out-of-place merchant. And here's an out-of-place merchant here. We can just copy-paste. And we'll just throw him right here. The out-of-place merchant, which, of course, just sells, like, some very cheap, very basic consumable items, just so they can be used. So that is the first item already off of our list. Next thing is the cat briefing. So we come here, the cat moves into here, and then we come inside, and let's have some dialogue. Ugh. 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 I apologize if I am a bit low energy, kind of tired sounding this morning, because I am. Yesterday was my wife's parents' 40th anniversary party, so I had to help with a lot of setup, and it was not until close to 2 in the morning when I was finally able to get home and come to bed. So, yeah, on top of a busy week, it was a busy day. Alright, let's get going. Alright, so what kind of dialogue do I want to write here? It's easier to just work in the notepad where I can edit everything a lot easier. The Pepsi factory is a weird and dangerous maze. At the far end of it is a rift into the primordial soda dimension. Ugh. At the far end of it is a rift into the primordial soda dimension. That is where my brother and I commune with the root beer gods. Okay. Blah da da. Getting there will not be easy, though. It isn't too hard if you are the size of a cat and can make effortless 7-foot vertical jumps. But I don't think that is going to be the case for you. You will need to work your way through the factory section by section, working your way back. I have a dumb mini-boss idea. Go right ahead. And I didn't even say hello. Good morning, Coles. Good morning, Aubrey. Welcome to the stream. It's always pleasant to have folks here each Sunday morning. Look at you, Working your way further back. Um, okay. I wish you the best of luck. I will not demand that you spare my brother should you be forced to fight him. But please, at least do not kill him if he health inspectors. Oh, that's a really cool idea, actually. The Skaven are now the PepsiCo health inspectors that PepsiCo has contracted for Quartus to eliminate. That is canon now. I like this. Kill him if he... could be persuaded to back down or is incapacitated. Okay. And that's fine. That's enough. We don't need, like, a bigger scene here. Or just locked up to have their souls siphoned and be put into the Pepsi. The soul additive definitely comes from Pepsi drones. That's what I've established. I love the idea of a bunch of rats as health inspectors. And I love the idea of the factory hiring a space marine to murder the health inspectors. Ugh. You can always rest up here if things get too tough. Okay. Yeah, that will be the last line that he repeats as well. Okay, perfect. Cat briefing is done. So we can go ahead and take cat briefing off of the list. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is to build the fight where Quartus, the Space Marine, fights Skaven health inspectors. Is this room... No, this is about the right size. Okay. So we're just going to use this entire map. We're basically just going to use it as a template, simply because it's, you know, the right size. It's already got the music aligned. So, boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop, boop, 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 boop. And boop. Okay. So this is our first room, the soul additive room. So by this point in the process, the raw primordial soda has been infused with swamp water and had chemicals dumped into it. Then it comes into here, where it has soul stuff added that came from corpse processing. And this is how we finish the soda, So it is leaving to go into labeling and bottling. Okay. So, pipes. Pipes is something we probably want to have. I do want to have, like, a big vat. So, let's start working on this. I've got several options for water. I don't have a lot of good options for water. Hold on. This might be what I need. This might be exactly what we want. Corpse processing delivers mashed up purple corpse stuff into here. So purple is actually exactly what we want. Okay, so there's a conveyor belt coming from the top, so we can start with that. Sure, okay. So we have a conveyor belt come in from there. We have a conveyor belt come in from here. And we know that we have a conveyor belt leave. Okay. Here we go. I want to do a really good job designing this room in particular. Because it's really going to form kind of like a basis for all of the other areas. Let's see. Okay. Just like that. Okay. So the stuff comes down from here. Once it comes down, it can go into like a big purple vat. Just like that. Okay. Okay. So it comes into a big purple vat. And then the big purple vat needs its own... it needs, like, pipes and stuff going into it. Let's see. What is the stuff that's rolling into it at this point? It's barrels. Okay. So they're rolling barrels into corpse processing. Okay. So we've got a big-ass pipe. That runs out of the line. What would be each protag's favorite music? I have no idea. Okay. So I think what we want is to have the vat itself elevated. Yeah, okay. So now it looks like the whole vat itself is contained in an elevated area. So the pipes come down and connect to something. We have like an overflow valve here. Okay. Oh, this would be perfect. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we run the pipes into here like that. Would you classify scalping as a form of scamming? No, I would not. It essentially follows the exact same business model that retail does in regards to wholesale operations. Retailers buy from wholesalers and then turn around and sell at a markup. Scalpers essentially provide the same... God, I hesitate to use the word service because fuck them and everything they stand for, but they are essentially providing the same service, and ultimately customers are responsible for what they choose to purchase or not purchase. But it has gotten so incredibly out of hand that it's actually absurd and predatory, particularly in the collectibles arena at this point. Okay. So somehow the players have to be able to access this conveyor belt. Okay. I don't condone what these assholes do, but I am saying that I recognize it as not inherently being, like, illegal or... Yeah, it's something that needs to be addressed. That is absolutely undeniable. I don't think the proper way of handling it is by treating it as actually fraudulent. No, it is always corpse-drone souls. That's... Look, this is going to be a nightmarish, complicated mess just from the start. Complicating it more than it is already complicated is going to be difficult to deal with. Okay, so you're entering from down here. Alright, what if... we have something like this. God damn it, I did that all on the wrong layer. Okay, hold on. We go like this. The things are able to sort of flood into that. We run this over here. So the blue barrels run into here, disappear. There's some kind of a process involving this machine. They come out here and they go on the conveyor line. God, this is going to be such a pain in the ass to make this work. Okay. But I always knew this would be a pain in the ass from the minute I started. Okay. So... we go like this. Okay, it sort of messes up the tiling on this a little. I think this is the production line for Pepsi Monster. I'm gonna be honest. There is really not much we can change about the existing plan for how this all actually functions. Like, we are kind of in we're kind of in a position where we need to be, like, locked down. This is extremely intricate. And as we come up with more ideas for how to alter the factory line, it means more very, very difficult work trying to get any of this damn thing to actually fit together properly. And this is already extremely challenging. Where is my... Okay, here's my emergency tape. Okay. Somehow the player needs to be able to access this conveyor belt, like in a meaningful way. I'm not entirely sure how we do that. I think we're going to have a sub area. So, like, an area of vents and stuff to access up here. And then that can let the player take an exit here in order to get on the conveyor belt line. I think that might be, like, the only reasonable way to do this. Okay. So let's just arrange it like this. God damn, I did all of that on the wrong layer again. Ugh. Whatever. Just make the space. Just make it work. Okay. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to need a sub area with vents in it. How do I make that work? Okay. Let's fill in this side a little bit more. Let's fill in this side and this side a little bit more. Fill in this side a little bit more. Okay, so this is the general shape of the corpse additive process. Okay. We're going to have another pipe running out this way to God knows where. We need some more control systems here. Like here and here. Okay. We can put a couple of computers here. Day 15 without someone putting the wrong soul type in the soda. I don't know how I can effectively stress that I really don't think that would happen. This little thing looks fine. Okay, I put some, like, creepy tubes of stuff here. Sure. Alright. Hello, Annie. Welcome to the stream. So me and my dad watched the Mario Galaxy movie today. Did you enjoy it? Okay, so this is soul additive. So we now have access to the soul additive room. And I need like a proper door. Where's the last time I had like a proper door? Where are they taking the souls from? From the mashed up corpses of deceased Pepsi drowns. It is an essential component. They have to be very weak souls. Yeah, that sounds about right. Ouch. Okay. Okay. So, I think the route for this area is we see the barrels come in, we see the barrels come out. What we need the player to do is to stop the barrels coming out. Okay. So we enter into this room. We have a little bit of dialogue. We go into a sub-area with vents. The vents take us over here. We have a fight with Quartos versus the health inspectors. We manipulate some kind of control to stop the corpse additive process, which stops the barrels. We go over here. We'll enter into a door here. And then that will spawn us here, and we ride the conveyor belt out into bottling and labeling. Okay. So then we've got almost everything done except for designing the sub area with the vents. And we need the corpse additive controls process. We're gonna throw some warning signs up here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Here is a control to stop the corpse additive. So I guess I do kind of want these things to be on a different style of terrain. So let's put something else over here. Yeah, we'll just do this fancy looking stuff. Okay. And we can put a little platform here so that it's kind of elevated. And then we can place our various tubes up here. Just like that. Okay, perfect. And we'll keep a fire extinguisher. No, we want to leave this area clear for the Skaven fight. Okay. Okay, everybody. How do you think this looks for the soul additive section of the factory? Do you see the vision? I need... Okay, yeah, like a ladder in the corner. Okay, that works. Okay, I think that's good. We just need to add some, like, scuffing on the ground. There we go. Scuffing is important. Just to kind of add some flavor to it. Brings to mind certain maps I played at Fan-Made Doom. Ooh. Okay. I think this is good. Okay. Yes, this is all good. So we're going to add another switch here. So when the corpse additive part of the factory is stopped, the barrels will no longer flow into bottling and labeling. So we can take one of these and adjust its route so it moves down one, goes 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then when it resets, it moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then one spot up in order to reset itself. So now we have the flow of barrels coming out. And the barrels... The original barrels are still going to be flowing in even after we turn it off. So it needs to start by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the right. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the right. And then up. And in order to reset, it moves 1 down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the left. Alright, so now we've got barrels flowing in and barrels flowing out. We also have the ability to stop the barrels flowing out. Cool. Okay. This switch will stop the corpse additive. Hold on. As you manipulate the controls, a warning is displayed on the screen. Warning. Halting the corpse additive... Or, no, halting the soul additive. Halting the sole additive process will interrupt production. Okay. Do you want to halt the sole additive process? And then we will give a yes/no choice. And if you say yes, it will turn on the additive stop switch. If there's one on the line when that happens, it will just disappear. So we will do this with a fade out, a loud machine sound effect, or possibly a water sound effect. I kind of like that one. And that will last for 90 frames and then fade in the screen. Okay. And then if the additive stop switch is on, then Malter will get a line and he will say, better not mess with the settings any more than we already have. These are not water sound effects, brother. They're labeled water. It works for me. What would happen if you drank not finished Pepsi? It wouldn't taste as good. That's it. I mean, it's not like they're using toxic materials or anything. That would be absolutely insane. So, yeah, it would just... It just wouldn't taste like Pepsi. There isn't really a part in the process of making a fountain drink where if you drink it, it's just going to be toxic. If you drank some of the raw materials completely as they are in massively unintended quantities, that could be toxic. But mixture itself, nah, it's fine. You say that, but LaCroix exists. Well, LaCroix just hates you and wants to kill you anyway. Okay. I need Quartus. It's been a long damn time since we needed Quartus for anything. Okay. So we're going to need another switch. Quartus fight done. Where he's just not there anymore. And delete basically all of that. What's the name that starts with X? Xavier, Xander, XQC. Okay. Do I have a rat sprite? This is going to be very annoying right off the bat if I don't actually have a rat sprite. I don't have a rat sprite. Okay, so what can I use in place of a rat sprite? I guess it doesn't have to be a rat if I could have, like, a rat person? Are the souls drinkable? Sure. How the fuck do I do this? I may just need to use generic Shadow Man. I don't really think I'm gonna find a better option for Skaven, unfortunately. But I mean, this would hardly be the first time that I've used that model to represent something that I don't have a specific sprite for, so it's fine. Okay, that's fine. Alright. So that is rat 1, rat 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This also means I don't have a face for the rats, but that's fine. They don't need to talk. This is exactly the kind of claustrophobic experience that I was really hoping to get out of the factory portion of the game. Okay, so all of that works. Let's put a door here. Just like that. And like that. Okay. Let's use a different type of door. You know what? Honestly, I think this works. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, I think. Okay. So now we just need one more small area. Honestly, just make it like 15 by 15. This doesn't need to be big at all. We still want to use the same map structure. This is going to be soul additive vents. These are literally just 15 by 15. Okay. Delete, 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 delete. And yeah, this whole section is literally just some vents. It doesn't need anything important whatsoever. Okay. We're just going to have a simple graded area. Alright, which floor kind of looks like we're walking on top of vents? Basically, none of them. Great. Okay. That is fine. All of these are walkable. Alright. Okay. So there's going to be a ladder here and a ladder here. Actually, let's put the ladders one layer higher. And then down on this layer. Yes, we want this. And we want this. And we want this. This area is not going to be too bad. It's just going to be like a little maze. Okay. Whoops. Down, 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 and over. Okay. We put a T-junction here. We go up. We go over. We go over. We go up. Nope. We want this one. This goes up here. And we'll have another T-junction there. Oops. And this goes over like that. And then ends. This goes over like this. And then it ends. This goes here and it ends. This goes here and it ends. There we go. Okay, here's the vent maze. Or at least, like, the exit to the vent, if that's what you mean. Yeah. Okay. And now I have to... do a little bit of vent design. Okay. Just like this. Okay. Okay, these interstitial parts look absolutely terrible. So we will just have them connect like normal. Do I really not have a T-junction that points up? I have like every other design except that. That's insane. Yeah, I think we just need to cut this off a little further. That should be fine. Whoops. There. Is there wax-covered bottles for aging? No. Okay, so we've got a few little things here into the vents. Facing down. And this goes down. And this goes up. And this goes up. Okay, let's see how this all works. This is our first play test of the day. Alright. So, here's a problem. I can walk on... Actually, no, that's not really a problem. It's fine. We can just put like a barrel or something on there to block it. Come inside here, I will explain my plan. Okay, cat can't get in, so gonna have to fix that. Alright. Probably gonna need to be a lot of little things that we fix. Okay, cat goes in and disappears. It's the out-of-place merchant. Just try to move around a bit, make sure nothing on the tiles is broken. That all looks pretty good. The Pepsi factory is a weird and dangerous maze. At the far end of it is a rift into the primordial soda dimension. That is where my brother and I commune with the root beer gods. Getting there will not be easy, though. It isn't too hard if you are the size of a cat and can make effortless 7-foot vertical jumps, but I don't think that is going to be the case for you. You'll need to work your way through the factory section by section. Working your way further back, I wish you the best of luck. I will not demand that you spare my brother should you be forced to fight him. But please at least do not kill him if he can be persuaded to back down or is incapacitated. You can always rest up here if things get too tough, and yeah, that should be the only line that you repeat. Looks like Okay, for some reason this broke again. That's great. That is fine. Oh, God, I'm able to walk on that. No, I should not be able to walk on that. Oh, shit. There should actually be another line of that tile going all the way down here. That's fine. We can just cut this building off by one section. That's the primordial soda. Comes into barrels. Barrels go out good. Okay, that is fine. And then these barrels come out fine. These are the ones that we are stopping. I swear to God, these fucking Pepsi things are so broken. I cannot get them to line up. Okay. I do need to fix the tiling for that. The barrels go out just the way I want them to. We can see Quartus up there. Oh, okay. I want those to go up another space. Okay, the vent is working. This section of the venting needs to be fixed. And that leads up to the corpse additive. Okay. Anyone else want to eat wax? Sometimes, but not right now. Oh, I can't walk past the pipe. Okay, okay, so we've got a lot of little things that we need to fix right now. First of all... I basically need a line of these coming down here to block off access. Honestly, I think that just looks fine as is. I don't think I need to make any other change there. Second, we need a dark space behind this door. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Okay. Next thing, soul additive. We've got these big sections that don't need to look like that. We have one line of outer wall, and then we do solid black. That's the aesthetic that I use. There we go. And there we go. Okay. That's been taken care of. Okay. The easiest way to deal with pipes blocking is to just not have pipes. So we will have a number of pipes that are coming out of the wall. and feeding into this machine. And then we will just put some things here that the pipes sort of feed into. That should be fine. Oops. There. Okay. So now we still get, like, all the pipes, but they're not going to be blocking the path anymore. Next thing is with the vents. Fixing the vents is always a pain in the ass. I'll be honest, it's probably easiest to just have the vents continue here. Or actually I could put like some other kind of like item or thing here. Something that would fit the idea of the maintenance. I can also just put a few steps along the way. And yeah, let's just find something to put there in the middle. What would work here? Yeah, what about just something like this? No, that doesn't quite have the look that I want. Yeah, let's just put that there. It looks like there's an open space in the vents where we put some stuff, and that's good enough. Okay. So that takes care of that. Next thing, we want to adjust these routes just so it looks a little bit more like they actually go into and come out of the area where it is black, as opposed to just disappearing on this tile in front of the black. Boop. And then when you reset, you will start by moving an extra space down. Okay. The next thing, these goddamn bottles of Pepsi. I swear to God. Okay, this is bottle 1, this is bottle 2, this is bottle 3. Let's go see which ones are breaking and how exactly. Okay. So 2 and 3 seem to be perfectly aligned. So what the hell is not working about bottle 1? Yeah, those work great. Okay. So what the hell is wrong with you? On route 1, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to the right. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, you're going to the right, and then you are turning on switch A. Okay. When you are on switch A, you're moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. And then you are turning on switch B. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So switch B is making A false, and then making B false. So why are you getting pushed? Why are you getting pushed further back? That's what I'm not understanding. I don't get it. You're getting 4 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 moves, 9 moves. 10 moves. What is going on? You move 5 to the right. What if we turn off the repeat movements triggers? Does that fix it? No, you're... You know what? Fuck that bottle. It's... I don't know why it behaves differently than the others, and I don't know how to fix it. As long as these two run in perfect sync, it literally doesn't matter. Okay. We are feeding the machine sandwiches. We are not. Okay. So, we built the Quartus room. It's time to start actually working on Quartos. We also need to design the anti-construct move for... Hold on. Anti-rock. What the hell do I have that's effective against rocks? It's paper, isn't it? Yeah, it's paper that defeats rocks. I can just use the anti-rock element instead of designing a new element. So I just have to make sure that all constructs are weak against rock. So you are going to take extra rock damage. Unstable jars, you are going to take rock damage. You are going to take rock damage. I mean, close enough. Okay. The clay golem, you literally don't have a section for rock damage. When did I stop copy-pasting damage areas for rock? Somehow just on this golem. Okay, sure. What else do we have? The living crystal is absolutely weak to rock. And the Pepsi golem is absolutely weak to rock. Imagining Quilly yanking Herba Mista out of Thatcher's mouth as Thatcher was about to eat it. Margaret Thatcher is the last person that should be healed by magic. Sometimes I really don't know what chat's on about. Okay, that's Tongue Taker. So this one is going to be a very strong ability. Hunting. Knock something off a shelf. Deals heavy damage to rocks, crystals, and constructs. Only damages rocks, constructs, and fragile things. But only damages rocks, constructs, and fragile things, but is very strong. Okay. We can make this one a little cheaper. It's not crazy. It doesn't need a special effect. This is running anti-rock. Honestly, that is way too strong. Okay. Quill, I think Katasby has Pika. I doubt it. We really just need something that's like a push. Yeah, body slam. That's fine. Okay. So we finally designed the knockoff move for Katasby. I don't fucking know, man. You can get the attack at level 20. There we go. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. So, enough putting it off. I actually have to start designing the, I have to actually start designing the fight with the Skaven now. Um, so first, we're going to have it not drop any items. We're going to basically remove all of this stuff because it doesn't matter, because this is just going to be a very specific fight. No experience. 2,000 gold. Why not? No, wait. There's going to be 6 of them. No. We're going to do 400 each. Okay. And this is going to be the Skaven Health Inspector. So we need a rat. There we go. I think that looks okay. And we'll call this encounter Health Inspector. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll just have a whole bunch of them. Okay, so Quartos is coming back in. So far, the only move that Quartus had was the Flamer. So I need more moves for Quartus now. What the hell other things is a Space Marine going to have? Boy. A gun. Their regular attack is their gun, which is ridiculously strong. Okay, how? Oh, man. Ugh. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to do some research. Space Marine stat block. I don't know. What do they call them in Warhammer? I think they call them data slates. Okay, apparently that's for the game. Jesus Christ. Tabletop. Nope, that's not it. Okay. Warhammer 40K Space Marine data cards? Is that what we're looking for? Space Marine data cards with points on the PDF. Okay, so what the hell can Space Marines do? Some Space Marines can do that, Annie. We have established Quartus specifically as a member of the Salamander's chapter. Uh-huh. If your army faction is Adeptus Astartes, at the start of your command phase, select one unit from your opponent's army. Until the start of your next command phase, each time a model from your army with this ability makes an attack that targets that enemy unit, you can reroll the hit roll and you can reroll the wound roll. That doesn't particularly mean anything adaptable. If an Adeptus Astartes unit has a second faction keyword and it's... yeah, that's not important. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit is destroyed, if that model has not fought this phase, do not remove it from play. The destroyed model can fight after the attacking model's unit has finished making its attacks and is then removed from play. Okay. So kind of like a last stand Hail Mary type of thing. We could work that in narratively. Till the end of the phase, each time an attack targets your units, worsen the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. So that's just big, heavy armor, hard to get through. No, Aubrey, Katasby is not eating bottle wax. That's not... I don't know why you would want that. Honor the chapter. Until the end of the phase, melee weapons equipped by models in your unit have the Lance ability. I have no idea what that is. If your unit is under the effects of the Assault Doctrine, which relates to charges, until the end of the phase, improve the armor penetration. Okay. So better armor penetration on charging. Okay. So I just looked, and there's 252 fucking pages to this PDF. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to skim a little faster than I'm doing. Okay, I'm kind of looking for, like, gear. You're not a Primaris captain. You're not a captain. You're not in Terminator armor. You don't have a jump pack. Well, why not have a jump pack? I don't see any reason why you couldn't have a jump pack. We could definitely do something with that. You're not a chaplain. You're not on a bike. I'm just looking for basic Marines. Just give me a goddamn basic thing, please. You're not a servitor. You're not a tech Marine. I have established you specifically as a member of the Scout Regiment. You're not a librarian. Oh my god. There's so damn much. Here we go. Okay, Tactical Squad. Tactical Squad on page 70. Scout Squad. Okay, here we go. This is what I actually need. This is what we actually want to focus on. Astartes shotgun, bolt pistol, bolt gun, heavy bolter, missile launcher, frag, missile launcher, crack. I'm sure those mean something. Chainsword. I did establish that you have a flamer, which is fine. If the pro tags play D&D, what class would each play? Every single one of them plays a monk. Thunderhammer. That's interesting. We can also just do a chain sword. I kind of like the idea of a jump pack chain sword. At the end of your opponent's turn, if this unit is more than 6 inches away from all enemy models, you can remove this unit from the battlefield and place it into strategic reserve. No, that's a scout thing. Scout Squad war gear options. Any number of models can have their bolt gun replaced with one of the following: a shotgun or a combat knife. One Scout's bolt gun can be replaced with one of the following: a heavy bolter or a missile launcher. Scout Sergeant's bolt sensor, bolt pistol, and bolt gun can be replaced with 2 different weapons from the following list. So I think we can assume we are a Scout Sergeant. So we have a flamer. Why do we assume they can go that far? Nope, they're monk now. I refuse to clarify or provide further details. They're all monks. They're all playing monk. Okay. This is not really giving me a lot of ideas. Okay. Okay, here is what we do. Here's what we do. We know that there's going to be a drone fighting with him this time for some reason. The drone is going to have the flamer. Quartus has moved their flamer over to the drone. So they are fighting with a chainsword and their bolt gun. We're also going to give them a jump pack, just for the hell of it. The drone abilities... What does a servo skull do? Is a servo skull something you can actually deploy onto the battlefield? Oh my god, that's what the drone is! Of course, it's a goddamn servo skull! I was always wondering, how the hell do we make this work? The Marines don't use drones. No, we'll just have it be a servo skull. That actually works. What the hell do servo skulls do? Gun skulls. Okay. Single efficient weapon system and targeting selection programs. Okay. Okay, the flavor is actually coming together here. He has a servo skull drone fighting with him. So the skull is going to be equipped with the flamer. The skull is also going to be able to use the horrifying visage ability, which is something I've built before, which inflicts mortify. It even says coldly stares with dead eyes. Okay, this is kind of perfect, actually. So we have a servo skull. We'll make this ability cost like 40. Special, 1 enemy. Inflicts mortify and has a 50% chance of stunning the target. Okay. Now, what the hell does mortify do? Mortify Reduces their attack and hit rate. Okay, that is perfect. Okay, inflicts mortify. May stun the target. Inflicts mortify, reducing attack and chance to hit for several turns. Okay. Okay, that is perfect. That is a servo skull right there. So, Quartus, we are going to take away the Flamer ability. We are giving the Flamer ability to the Servo Skull. We're giving the Servo Skull Horrifying Visage. We are going to give him the Jump Pack ability, which can let him stun and damage a target. The bolt gun is their regular attack. The chainsword does heavy damage plus bleed. Okay. I think we've got our abilities here. We'll take Wing Buffet as a base for Jump Pack. Jump Pack Charge. Sure. And it does like 600 additional damage. It can crit. This is part of Tactics. One enemy. Okay. Leap at an enemy with your jetpack, dealing damage and stunning them. And possibly stunning them. Okay, that is fine. We'll take the stun percent down to like 50. That's fine. Okay. Quartus charges with a boost from their jump pack. In Warhammer, is it referred to as a jump pack? Single, is it a compound word or two words? It is not a compound word. Okay. Got it. Okay. So that works. And then we will have the chainsword slash. Chainsword slash, which will also be very strong. It is going to inflict a new state, which is going to be heavy bleeding. Slashes with their chainsword. That should all be fine. There we go. That looks fine. Chain sword slash slash the target with your chain sword, dealing heavy damage and inflicting bleed. Okay. So now we need a bleed effect. It's just poison. Bleed is just gonna look like blood. The overlay is going to look like fear. Is bleeding. Is bleeding. Is no longer bleeding. But the HP generation is going to be minus 30% of their maximum health every single turn. Like, this is just a massive bleed. Okay. So we've got Flamer, Jump Pack Charge, Chainsword Slash, and we're going to have Horrifying Visage on a Servo Skull. How the fuck do I make a Servo Skull? I'm going to have to build a thing and then basically edit it down. Holy crap, that is actually insane. Okay. So, Servo Skull has Flamer and Horrifying Visage. Okay. Alright, let's take Quartus. This is going to be Servo Skull. You are a Servo Skull. You're going to start at level 30. It doesn't matter what equipment you have because we're never going to see it. Oh my god, this is actually going to be a pain in the ass. Okay. How in the hell do I make this work? Like, there is no world where this isn't going to look absolutely stupid. Okay, this works. Uh... Okay. I I can't believe I'm even entertaining this concept. This is so stupid. This is so unbelievably stupid. All right. That is fine. That is all we need. We don't need the face image. We don't need the walking image. All we need is the battler image. That's all I need. Now, but now for the really hard part. I have to edit the bodies off of this entire sprite sheet. Oh my god, this is a terrible idea. This is absolutely terrible. Okay. Oh boy. I really don't know how this is gonna go. Okay, so basically, I need to take out everything below the head for all of these sprites across the entire sprite sheet. And it's kind of a big sprite sheet. Okay. Yep, just take out all the bodies. And now try to erase everything under the black outline for the head. And then this is going to be our servo skull. This is not going to look especially good, and it certainly won't look convincing. But this way, we will at least have a servo skull drone for the fight that is going to, like, actually have animation and expression. Oh my god. What now? Oh my god. Stop texting me. Alright. This is a terrible, terrible idea. Like, there's no world in which this is going to look good. Okay, that looks like about as low as we can get for this next row. Okay. How many rows of this are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. There are 6 rows of Battler Sprite that I'm going to have to deal with here. Okay. That's fine. It takes a little bit of time, but at least I have a process, you know? At least, like, I've kind of been, I'll be honest, I have been putting off the whole thing about bringing Quartus back, but Quartus has a drone. I've been putting that off for months, mostly because I didn't want to deal with having a space marine fighting with a drone, since that is absolutely the kind of technology a space marine is not going to be using. So the fact that I finally remembered that servo skulls are a thing is actually, like, really, really good. Really huge for this. Okay. We are on to row number 3. Cool. Alright. Why is he naked? Because all he is a skull. The skull is the only thing left. Ideally, he wouldn't have eyes or a mouth or skin or expressions either. But I can't really make a skeleton battler sprite using my default tools. So we've just had to go with a white-skinned, hairless, naked body. And just try to accessorize it to hide the fact that it really, very clearly is not a skull. And once we are done editing the sprite, he will have an in-battle sprite that is just a skull. Well, just a head. But it should probably be enough to sell the illusion a bit, I hope. I mean, I'm going to be honest. This is not going to look good. Like, when we get into this is not going to look good. There's going to be, like, aberrant pixels that are going to be very obvious. I don't even know how to fix this one. I mean, this is clearly like a blocking gesture. I guess I'll just have to leave like this weird chunk of white for the blocking gestures. There's not really any way else I can fix it. It's fine. We'll just say it's servo skull stuff, I guess. Hollow shield. That works as a reasonable justification. It is some kind of mechanical shield that has been added to this drone. I mean, Quartus has been stuck here for a long time in this world. You know, he's had time to sort of iterate and you know, improve things, try to make like facilities of equipment that he is more familiar with. So anything that doesn't seem lore accurate is actually super lore accurate just because Quartus has been doing his best. Okay, next row. Whoa, okay, that is way too low. God damn it, how do I even... How do I even do this? Okay. Yeah. Go here and go there. Erase all that. Bottom row is going to be a real nightmare. I mean, this entire thing is a nightmare. This is ludicrous. It is absolutely ludicrous to try and integrate this into the project. It's going to be seen exactly once. It's not going to look particularly good when it is seen. And then it's just never going to appear or be referenced ever again. And that's just the way it is. If I turn up the force to 100, is that just going to be guaranteed pixel erasure? Because a lot of times it tries to, like, soften the pixels. And I really don't need my eraser to soften pixels. I just need it to get rid of pixels. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. Sounds like my wife woke up. And it sounds like she is arguing with the Alexa, trying to have it set an alarm so that she can go and get some more sleep. But sadly, she has a groggy morning voice, and the robot does not want to listen to her. Very sad, very tragic. Do. Okay. Almost got this all done. Ooh, this is a hard one to get. This stupid arm hanging out here. Okay, got that. Oh god, of course there's a second sprite of it. A second sprite has hit the photo manipulation software. There we go. Okay, now these sprites, How do I do anything with that? I really can't. This looks terrible. This looks absolutely terrible. Okay. Alright, last one. There we go. Okay, and if we zoom out, we now have a servo skull. Oh my god, this sucks. This is actually terrible. Oh, that is absolutely terrible. Okay, Servo Skull, we have a battler for you. It looks like this. Oh, God, no. Oh, that looks terrible. Okay, can we give you a face? Sure, there's a face. I mean, the face is never going to be seen either, so it really doesn't matter what it has or what it does. That's fine. Okay. So let's see if this works. Alright, there it is. It's Cortus with his servo skull. What have I done? Oh god, what have I done? Okay. So, as I feared, the pixels definitely don't line up great, but it actually does kind of look like they're moving and doing something. Okay, that works. So, anyway, we need to give these 25,000 health apiece. And, like, 500 defense and magic defense each. And we're gonna have to give them, like 999 in every stat, I swear. Sure. Let's see what happens. Alright, Skaven Health Inspectors. Okay. Okay, that's actually pretty respectable. Let's go ahead and have them attack. Let's see how much damage they can put out. Holy crap! Okay, let's lower their attack a little bit. By like 300 points. Okay, no, that's too weaker. We're going to go up to about 800. And we're going to give them a critical rate of 10%. There's going to be a lot of crits flying in this fight. Wow. Okay. I think we need to lower their agility a bit. No, the servo skull is hurt. This is so dumb. Oh no, servo skull's down. That looks so weird. Okay. Alright, we're gonna lower the attack to 750. And I think this is acceptable. Let's also lower the health from 25,000 down to 20,000. Servo Skull is running Servo Skull class. He should have the Horrifying Visage ability. Yeah, change that to Tactics. No. Actually, we're going to have to make a copy of it. Because the monster version we need to have free and just leave like that for effectiveness. So, Servo Skull, Horrifying Visage. Just like that. Okay. Okay. Alright. So Quartus is still going to have two new abilities, the Jump Pack and the Chain Sword. So it should be like a pretty... It should be like a fun fight, you know? Yeah, let's go with a Horrifying Visage. Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think we're okay. We'll lower their attack a little bit more. Because we still want Quartus to basically feel indestructible. Like, it's okay if he takes damage. Space Marines take damage all the time. But what we want... There we go. We're going to take this down to 290. We're going to take the luck down to 700. And then that should be fine, I think. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is going to work. It's just a weird, fun little thing that happens. Quartus fights the health inspectors. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. I think I'm good with that. And that does accomplish the next major thing. So next stream we're going to do the Quartos battle scene event design, which is actually going to be very simple to do. Even more work on the factory exterior. Start work on bottling and labeling. Yeah, I think that's about all we need to do. So I'm just going to do a little bit of design work over here. And then we will call it a day. So we're just going to put this here. With like a little green spill. No real sense of what that is or why that's there. It just is. Let's see. Put a couple of cones near that. Yeah, put some vents at the top. Have like a pipe coming out of the top. Let's see. Put a caution sign above the door. Sure. Do that. Surely I can decorate the... Put a little bit of this here. Um, there we go. Some ventilation. Okay, we'll have another one of these conveyor things here. Another crane here. There we go. Few of those. Some maintenance equipment up in the corner. Okay. Put that there. Put that there. And then in distribution... There we go. All right. That takes care of a little bit of exterior decoration for the areas that we designed today. I think that looks fantastic. Genuinely, I think that's amazing. Like, this looks so cool. I like that a lot. Okay. Now, I do need to make a little bit of repair. Since I saw some stray pixels hanging out. Here we go. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Okay. Get rid of... Okay. Just a little bit of pixel cleanup. Okay. Alright, and that's going to be it for today's stream. We had a very, very successful stream today. We've got an entire section of the factory done. Well, we got all the map work done. We're still going to do an event that we will design next week. We got some work on that area the area outside that part of the factory done, and I think this looks absolutely phenomenal. We were able to design a new move for Katasby and integrate it into the game. And we have prepared to have a fight between Quartus, a servo skull, and some Skaven health inspectors. So we can double back around for yet another Warhammer reference. I am extremely satisfied with how this has all gone. This has been legitimately a really, really good day. I'm gonna go lay down. This week has been very trying, and I'm very happy to go have the chance to rest. So, let's see. The current daily series on the channel is Warcraft 3. There's going to be some episodes of Vampire Crawlers, which are going to be starting I actually think today as well. So there's going to be 3 or 4 episodes of that, and then back into Warcraft 3. I don't know exactly what I am playing after that. Uh, what is on my to do list? Oh, god damn it. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Got that done. Important call. I might play Command and Conquer 3, or maybe I'll start Half Life 2. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'll figure something out. Uh, Saturdays, I am streaming Ogre Battle 64, which has been a lot of fun. And of course, you can be here again next week on Sunday morning, yeah, for even more RPG Maker fun. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all on the next one. And it is time to make the sound to summon the end of the stream. Bow, wow, 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 wow.